Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. About 8:30 a.m. It's starting to heat up, so I figured I'd better find a shady spot if I could find one, and talk about some things that I think probably I should have mentioned last video as it relates to cost of living. Many of you were hoping that I would mention some figures, which I was a little reluctant to do, but today I'm going to reflect a little more on cost of living. As I mentioned before, the rent is probably much cheaper than the States, for example. Labor is very, very, very cheap, if I can use that terminology, even when you pay much more than what's expected or the going rate for that area. A good qualified man, even in the city here, might expect 500 pesos a day, 8 hours. So that translates into a little less than $10 a day. Many are working it for less than that. Where we're building the house, the regular pay in the field sowing corn all day by hand is 300 pesos a day. So when you exceed 500, they are happy as can be. And I've been very fair with my workers, I feel, and I'm glad I didn't shortchange them in any way. If I ever need anybody anymore or in the future, I know that they'll be there. So I think it's important to just treat people fairly, and I think that it'll benefit you in the long run. At any rate, 2 days ago, we went to SNR, which I believe is an affiliate of Costco. Otherwise, a lot of the product wouldn't have the Costco brand on it. So let's just consider that being like a Costco equivalent in the United States. Let's talk about pricing. If you want to eat like an American, you're going to exceed $500-600 a month for one person. I was craving just plain Cheerios, just the plain, no sugar, no honey coat or anything like that. Just the plain yellow box Cheerios. They had 2 together. It was 817 pesos, which translates into a little less than $16. So figure that, $8 a box for not a little box, not the huge one, but just the average cereal box, the larger, but which is average on the shelf there, at least in Walmart in the States. So figure, how would you like to pay $8 a box when Walmart probably sells it for, if I recollect, between $4 and $5. So that's just one item. We bought a rotisserie chicken, small one, that exceeded $5, but it's a small chicken. Around here they have several rotisserie places, and the good one with bigger chickens is $2.85. So that's crowding $6 a chicken. If you buy it raw, as in ready to cook, well, then it's obviously a little less. But my point is that things are not cheaper here as it relates to food. If you frequent open markets, you will get better prices, providing you send your Filipina in there to do the shopping, because an expat can pretty much be expected to pay skin tax, we call it. If there's no price posted, they see you coming, or rather if there is a price posted and they see you coming, out comes the card. You have no idea how badly you've been taken advantage of. It happens all the time. So my Filipina does the shopping. I take her there. I park close. Sometimes I go in with her, and she'll look around and she'll give prices and walk away, because they see this American that's supposed to be rich. Everybody that comes here that's an expat is assumed to be wealthy, rich. Now, in perspective, if you were making $10 a day or $8 a day, $6 a day, would you not consider a minimal Social Security check extravagant? I think so. However, how far does a check go? Well, this place we're at here is equals to about 70 square meters. This apartment. Yes, it's on the water. Nice view, right? It's 3 bedroom, 3 bath. I only considered it because of the space, because I had sent many buy-in boxes here prior to. I was getting 5 cents, 8 cents on the dollar on my tools that I've had for years, porter cables and you name it. And I figured rather than lose so much, I'll spend a little and get them over here. So we needed the space. Otherwise, I wouldn't have probably taken this place. So what else? Well, the covered garage. I like that carport. It's open on 3 sides, but very well covered and with iron gates. So it's a safe place to be. There are several apartments. I think 7 others in this place. Another American from Seattle, Washington area, and he's been here for a while. And so 400 is what we pay in U.S. If you were to have the same place in a place like La Ceiba or some popular place, even Manila areas, certain areas in Metro, you're going to exceed 400. If you wanted a decent condo in La Ceiba or Manila area, nice condo. I don't mean extravagant, but I mean nice, with all the facilities and everything just really comfortable and presentable, air that works. You're going to exceed $400 a month. This is an outlying little city from Cagayan de Oro, which is right across the water there. It's actually about 20 kilometers from here driving around. However, it takes anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to get there. So that'll give you an idea as to traffic here. But that's another subject. So that's rent. Depending what you are inclined to put up with. Do you like to be comfortable? Do you not care? Do you want some conveniences? You know, the older you get, the little pickier you get. At least I'm noticing that in myself. So it depends on what can satisfy you. I can't give you a number as to, well, you need this much to live here. Some do, and some live miserly. Is that what you want? Yeah, you can handle it. So food, I'm going to say just the 2 of us, and we don't eat out hardly ever. Okay? I don't eat beef or pork. Sometimes my wife does, but or tuna or salmon, on rare occasions. I'm a chicken guy, egg guy, and I try to really watch the cholesterol, and I'm into vegetables a lot, steamed. That's how I like it, and it's apparently the healthiest process for eating vegetables. But so we're not hurting as it relates to food variety, but quality. Yes, you might go to one open market here locally. Sometimes it's not good at all. So then we go to Puerto, which is halfway to Cagayan de Oro, and it takes 40 minutes to an hour. That's 13, 14 kilometers, I'm guessing. So, and there's an open market there that's crowded and whatnot, and so many low objects. And I went with Ging once, and I decided, you know, I'm walking with my head down just to avoid all the overhangs of everything, and it was just difficult for me to traverse. So I let her go. She finds deals. The Filipinos know where the deals are. But yeah, we spend about 500 a month, and that's just, again, no eating out. So we don't drink, we don't smoke. So it depends on your lifestyle. If you want to eat like an American, you want beef often. There's lots of pork, but it's not cheap either. You're gonna crowd $1,000 a month. Again, depending on how you eat. And some folks back home, I remember, they'd eat me under the table 3 times. Well, you know, they just need a lot of food. So again, it depends on you, your lifestyle, as to how much you want to spread out. If you're single, I think you could get by with 400, depending where you are now. In the cities, the open markets, I can't speak for them. They are cheaper than in grocery stores. They always are on most things. So consider that in your shopping. And it's safe. Go in the daytime is totally safe. So there we have the food. So right here, 400 a month. By the way, it's a 3-bedroom. Then there's a large room which accommodates the kitchen and like a living room. No air conditioning. There's an air conditioner in each bedroom. One of them works well. There's one in the other bedroom that they tried to fix. Doesn't work at all. That it'll throw a little bit of cool for about 2 minutes. Then you're throwing energy away, because it does nothing except blow humidity. And that third bedroom, well, it works at about, I'm going to guess, 45-50%. So we don't use that one much. At night only we use the bedroom. Wi-Fi, communications. It's included in the price here, but it's very spotty. So you might come out of pocket $20 a month if you need your own Wi-Fi. As far as cell service, there's a couple of them, Globe and Smart, and neither of which are real good right here. I have both on my phone, and it's very spotty. So what to do when you need to get online? It can be very frustrating. It was for me yesterday. I was trying to set up a computer and a camera, and I left it for today. So, and by the way, for $10 a month cell service, up to 20, you won't spend dollars. I'm speaking. You won't spend more than that, and you'll get a lot of data, 20-30 gigs. But again, depending on the location, can you even use that? Do you even have signal? It's terrible here, terrible. So that'll speak for itself. So communications in that respect isn't really costly, but and of course car insurance if you're going to drive. I've already, it's about $100 a year, somewhere in that neighborhood, which hardly, if it covers you, it's a good thing to have, I suppose, if you can prove an incident. What else is there? Well, those are basically the main numbers. So what are we talking? About $1,000 right now. Dollars. But that's not for extras. That's not for extravagant living. Fuel is another one. If you have a car, it's at between 62 and 66 cents per liter. There's like 3 3/4 liter to a gallon. That is pesos. Sorry, 62 to 66 pesos. So that exceeds a dollar by a little bit, and so you're looking at spending some money there. And of course, there's other things. If you want entertainment, that's over and above. I've been so busy. We've been so busy with the house that there's no time for entertainment. I'm taking a little break now because I need it. I felt I really needed just to lay back, and I can see a little improvement in my life. But pretty soon back to the grind. Anyway, I hope that helps. Again, it depends where you want to live. This is a smaller city. I'm going to guess, in comparison to an American city, it would probably be about 30,000, 25, 30,000. There's probably a lot more living here because the families coop together. So the population is probably much more per square kilometer. But this is the size of the place. It's, again, away from a main city. Things are going to be cheaper. If you go 10 kilometers east into the mountains, the food is not cheaper. Rent is, definitely. Then you've got the traveling situation that you have to face. Now, that is relatively cheap here, except for taxis. You have to be careful and make sure he uses a meter. Otherwise, they can take you for a ride, and they can take you for a long ride even with a meter. So eventually you'll get to know your way around, and you'll know where there should turn and whatnot. Before I got the vehicle, we took the bus at the main highway here into CDO. It was like 40 pesos, less than $1 each. Air conditioned, sometimes not, but that's cheap. Or locally, you can pick up a motorbike ride or a trike ride. Tuk-tuk is what they use primarily here. In some parts of the city, or towards Cagayan at least, they use the old-fashioned motorbike with a sidecar, which we call trikes, right? So that can be cheap. So transportation is relatively cheap. Yeah, you're going to stand and wait. So there's drawbacks, but if you want to get away without a vehicle, it might be a smart thing to do. And that's why some guys retiring here like to be closer to the city, in the city, and all the conveniences. For example, Makati in Manila, where we spend a little bit of time, very expensive, but it's the infrastructure is excellent. But that's Makati. You go to the next neighboring city of Taguig or Pasig or Cavite, and all the way around there, and it's a little different story. So it's hard to nail down an amount for you, but I think I've given you an idea of what's available for the dollar, and I hope that's been a help to you. So thank you for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye now.